Hey, good morning, YouTube. It's GK once again, and we're coming back with the second of today's videos. We've got some mail over the past few days and have been kind of backed up against the wall, trying to process everything, get it in, receive that inventory, create the content like this, and then post the individual posts, either Instagram or Twitter, to acknowledge some of these people that are sending us some amazing products and amazing cards. So what we want to do, first off, man, we want to send a shout out to Flawless Breaks on Instagram. They're out of New Jersey, and they run breaks quite a bit: baseball, football, and they do some basketball. But great products, great dudes. One of the things that is nice about social media and how it's affected the hobby is it really allows us as collectors to build relationships with other collectors. And over the past few months, we've went up the ladder or down the ladder, however you want to see it, in our buying and our acquisition of product and content. We talked about it earlier. Where you make your money on the cards is your price point, is your initial buy-in. So when you buy the cards, that's where you make the money at. And retail, there's only a certain amount of margin. Breaks and razzes, man, they're really tough because you may hit, but you may not, you may skunk as well. And to be honest with you, we skunk a lot more than we hit. We post a lot of exciting cards. There's a lot of great cards on the Instagram and Twitter feed, and a person could be misled to think, wow, man, GK's hitting them out of the park all the time, with these autos and mem cards. But really, the fact of the matter is we skunk a lot more than we hit. And I think if you talk to people that are actively breaking, like buying into breaks, they might say the same thing. Everybody has a different spin on everything, but from our experience, we skunk more than we hit. Appreciate the hits, and we love the hits, but don't let the social media feed necessarily fool you. So shout out to Flawless Breaks. We were going back and forth, kind of talking with one another, and he had posted some cards that were pretty nice. And we commented, we just built that relationship. And then at one point, got hit up, hey man, I've got some cards I'd like to move, and are you interested? And really, before they even got to market, we had a chance to acquire these cards. And what was key about that was, since the cards hadn't necessarily made it to market, our buy-in, our price point was amazingly low. So big shout out to Flawless Breaks. We can turn that in there. And then here's all his, you find him on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, and then across Google. So at Flawless Breaks, pretty much. Flawless Breaks with a Z. So look them up, check those guys out, buy into a break. Follow their social media for some great card deals, great card shots, really. Here's a Spencer Ware Cracked Ice. So it's a cracked ice prism. It's under the protective bag or the team bag, which is okay. It's not numbered, but that's okay. Spencer Ware 32. Here's another nice one. Elements, Mecole Hardman. Man, that's nice. What is the numbering on there? 89 out of 99. 89 out of 99. Single napkin, football piece. Awesome card right there. Should be big things out of this guy this year. Then followed up by Elements Rookie Neon Signs. Mecole Hardman. Great looking cards right here. You've got the team logo, you've got the autograph, then you've got the image of the player. Rookie Neon Signs are some of our favorite products for 2019. And there's Mecole Hardman. And what is that number? 45 out of 50. 45 out of 50, Mecole Hardman. Awesome card right there. Then really what kind of the deal breaker was, as we're getting into it, is not necessarily a deal breaker, it's a deal maker, all right, is we got this Patrick Mahomes, and that's just an Elements base card, 39 out of 75. It's Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's chasing Mahomes. We're chasing him as well. But what the deal breaker was, the thing that twisted our arm over and made us to where we couldn't say no, was an Elements on card auto Patrick Mahomes. Just an amazing card. There's 20 out of 25, short print, on-card auto, Patrick Mahomes, flawless breaks. All right, so this is the kind of product they're dealing out to their customers. By all means, check these guys out. You won't be disappointed. We're not disappointed. We're very grateful to have this guy land into our PC. All right, so this won't go to market, but this may be one of the cards we send in for our first graded submission, just to lock it down and solidify that card's value over time. You know, I don't think we can go wrong there. Then we got another package. We bought a couple team lots. All right, and this team lot came from our buddy Big Grizzly Cards. You find him on Instagram. He's also on YouTube. Big Grizzly Cards, and just kind of like with Flawless Breaks, you know, we've followed them on social. We've been checking out their content. We've been replying to their content. Really, just along the way, just kind of building a relationship through social media. And he had a couple team lots posted. Probably a total of 10 cards that we bought. Well, then it shows up here to, 7x9 bubble mailer, and there's a stack. There's another stack. So we got the stack of what we bought, and then another one that says Raiders. All right, and although we're Bronco fans, when I first started watching football back in the early 70s, the Raiders were something else, and a lot of my cousins were big-time Raider fans. I'm talking the John Madden coaching days with Matusak, Gene Upshaw, Art Shell, Ken Stabler, Fred Biletnikoff, Lester Hayes, Mark Van Egan, Ted Hendricks, Dave Casper. Just so many great players, so many great games, so many great NFL events centered around the Oakland Raiders. I've always loved the emblem. There's nothing like the black and silver. You got Raider fan. I mean, love them or hate them, the NFL as a whole is a lot better when the Raiders are relevant. So we'll get into that in a minute. So we got a couple team lots, and I'm not sure. I think one was a Barry Sanders lot, and you can see, man, tremendous care in packaging. Blue painter's tape. It's not going to stick to the cards. Not going to stick to the cards cases. You're not going to have any residue or anything like that. They're wrapped in cardboard. They're not moving around, sent in a bubble mailer. As we talked about, that's the respectful thing to do. I know that a lot of people are happy with different shipping methods. They want to save some money. They want to spend the money on the shipping. Hey, man, that's fine. That's your business. But how we like to do business is we like to hook that customer up. So right out of the gate, as we said, is a Barry Sanders lot. Here's a select from, it looks like 2018 Barry Sanders, followed by a Donruss 2019. And I haven't bought any Donruss, but man, talking with Big Grizz, and he was mentioning how awesome some of these insert sets were, even on the retail side. We're probably gonna get back into a little bit of retail for this Donruss product. So there's a Legend Series insert for Barry Sanders. And what's really cool about this is, we gave a lot of Barry Sanders cards away to a lifelong, childhood friend. So, we're replenishing the stock. So we gave some away, but better stuff came back to us. And that's key. And that's very true in this hobby. We haven't been around that long this time, jumping back into it. But if there's one thing we've learned is if you put good out there, good comes back. And this is the proof in the pudding right here. Here is a 2019, what is that? Another 2019 Donruss. What is that? Canton Kings. Barry Sanders, single color swatch. It's player worn. Doesn't, not that big of a deal to us. 60 out of 199. And what's cool about this card is on the back side, it has that artist image. And man, we are big fans of artist proofs and artist rendering cards. Ever since, Topps Museum back in the day, we've been big suckers for anything hand painted, any of that gallery art type look. Man, I almost take that over, the photographs of today. Then you've got the Prism draft picks, All-Americans, Barry Sanders with Oklahoma State. And then here's another Donruss all-time Gridiron Kings. And then that's one of those illustrative pieces, what we were talking about earlier. Real great price on these guys. You know, didn't have to pay much at all. And I think, and then we'll get into these Raiders. And man, you know, I don't think that I think we did buy into the Raiders. We might have bought a Raiders lot, but all the things still hold true from what we had said before. You know, we love the Raiders. There's a lot of great players that have played with the Raiders. A lot of great cards. Also, too, there's a lot of Raider fans out there that are actively buying, selling, and trading. So the Raiders as an investment for profit or to just recover your capital is never a bad thing. You know, there's some teams that you'll never realize that investment. The Raiders aren't one of them. All right. The Raiders generally have a pretty good return. You know, a lot of times when we post images of Raider cards, Raider players on social media, I'd say probably 60 to 70% will inquire, hey, is that available for sale, for trade? And so if you've got a lot of Raiders and you're looking to improve or level up your collection or basically kind of change your collection up a little bit, man, don't be afraid to put those Raiders on the market because there's a lot of active buyers, right? So first off the bat, we've got a 2019 score. This guy should do pretty good things. Josh Jacobs. Kind of excited to see what happens with him. Here's another one of those Donruss inserts, Legends of the Game. Of course, Howie Long. What's cool about this is we compare this with some of the Howie Longs that we pulled in the, you know, junk wax days, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. We compare these up and we can create player lots, player sets. Here's our man right here. You know, I really can't say enough about this guy. You know, he's inspired so many people into the game of football, either through broadcasting or through the video game franchise, that you kind of forget that, man, this guy walked the sidelines in the NFL and was one of the more evolutionary coaches to do so. He was doing it at a time where guys his age really didn't coach and they definitely didn't win. And for a long time, you know, he was like number 2 in all-time win percentage, just behind Vince Lombardi, you know. So in his relatively short 10-year career, he left his mark on the NFL in more ways than just one. Here's a 2019 Donruss Press Proof Hunter Renfrow. They're talking like there's big things coming out of this. They're expecting big things out of him. Here's another Press Proof rated rookie, Josh Jacobs. That's going to be a nice card. Here's a Topps 2014 Derek Carr rookie card. It looks like a Valiant, the Topps Valiant 2014 Derek Carr rookie card. Red, white, and blue 2018 Prism Marcel Aitman. Josh Harper Contenders rookie ticket on, looks like a sticker auto. Josh Harper Contenders from 2015 Contenders, Josh Harper. Here's one from 2019 Contenders draft picks, Trayvon Mullen, college ticket. Not numbered, but that's a nice auto. Here's the one that, this was the deal breaker right here. This die cut Charles Woodson from, holy smokes. It's like 2001. Yeah. Whenever it was, it came out. It's an Atomic 2001 die cut Charles Woodson. That right there, man, iconic NFL logo right there. Here we've got a Donruss Elite 2017 Derek Carr. I think that's the building blocks variant. And then last but not least, Donruss Elite Series from 2019, Derek Carr as well. And he should have a pretty good year this year working with John Gruden and Antonio Brown. So there it is. You know, shout out to Big Grizzly Cards for the Barry Sanders and the Raiders. We sure appreciate that. You know, that's awesome. Huge shout out to Flawless Breaks, hooking us up with the Patrick Mahomes 2019 Elements on-card auto. What was that? 20 of 25. So super short print, Patrick Mahomes right there, you know, and then that kind of leads us to a point to close out with. You know, one of the things that we had talked about earlier in the video was building that relationship to buy from individuals, and how that relationship can help get you, you know, number one, good card deals at a better price than what you would pay on list price or posted price, you know, like eBay listed price, or the price that they may put on Instagram or Twitter, you know, when they're sending it out to the open market. You know, those relationships can really help to get your car, you know, you're going to get good quality cards at a better price than the price that's listed. And that can help you build your collection over time. And whether you're looking to just build a solid PC, or you're looking to acquire product to be able to flip, sell, or transfer to other card collectors, you know, you make your money when you're buying, not when you're selling. And then number two, you know, just building a good relationship with these guys that opens up not only dialogue in which you can learn more about the cards, the hobby, parts of either the card industry or the hobby that you may not know about. You know, we've learned a lot talking with these people. You know, both Big Grizz and Flawless Breaks have engaged us in conversation and gave us a lot of valuable insight that we use day to day, you know, with other collectors, other buyers, and it's stuff that we can implement and integrate into our own business. So big shout out, Flawless Breaks, Big Grizzly Cards. And then the thing to think about, you know, is build those relationships, purchase through those relationships, and you're going to be very satisfied with the product, number one. Number two, you know, those guys are going to look out for your best interests. And that's one of the things, that's a big thing inside the hobby, because there can be a lot of like negative connotations. Maybe people are saying, oh, you know, this is what's bad, this is what's not good about the hobby. But when you're dealing with solid character individuals such as this, you don't have those issues, and then everything's a real positive experience. And I'd have no problem sending any of you over to either Flawless Breaks or Big Grizz to do some deals. So thanks for your time. If you like what you see, man, let us know. If you don't like what you see, man, let us know as well. You know, we can't get better unless we know what we're doing or what we need to do to improve. So thanks again for your time. We'll be seeing you next time. And until then, I'm GK and I'm out.